Today we have quite a bit of very interesting news, but ultimately, it unfortunately amounts to not very much, and you'll see what I mean in a bit. First, although I haven't finished Ms. Marvel yet, I did see what everyone was talking about in the finale. And today, we have some confirmation, hopefully, that the Inhumans will still be a different thing from the X-Men and mutants. In the comics, Kamala Khan was actually a category of Inhumans called New Humans, which came about after Black Bolt detonated a Terrigen bomb in 2013's Infinity No. 4, causing thousands of humans of Inhuman lineage to undergo Terrigenesis and develop their Inhuman gifts. But as you may have seen in Ms. Marvel's finale, Bruno tells Kamala that there's a mutation in her DNA. And then you can hear the theme song from the 90s X-Men animated series, the same one which is coming back as X-Men 97. When fans saw this, some believed it was the end of the Inhumans and that they would all just be considered mutants in the MCU, which is a possibility, as the Inhumans have been pretty much absent from the comics for a couple years now, and the new human concept was a failure, and almost none of the major characters from that event play any role in the comics or are even around anymore. But we did see Anson Mount return as Black Bolt in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and Mordo specifically called him an Inhuman. We've also heard that the Inhumans will be more cosmic, and at least the royal family will live on the moon. And sources have also said that the Inhuman royal court will play a role in the Marvels, where someone will find an Inhuman family on the moon, and that Kamala will really be the only Inhuman on Earth, helping to keep the Inhumans and X-Men separate since the X-Men are obviously coming and are more Earthbound. So we'll know for sure if the Inhumans will be introduced or not, and what Marvel's plan for them is once the Marvels releases. But until then, all we have to go off of is what the scoopers we hear from daily say, and Charles Murphy tweeted that this Ms. Marvel finale twist is not the death knell for Inhumans that everyone is making it out to be. And Greatface tweeted that as far as I understand, Universal Inhumans are still very much in the plans, cosmically, going forward. And so these two tweets corroborate the fact that the Inhumans are still coming, but that they'll be more cosmic. Next, this is going to be a longer part, but I'll save you time by saying that most of it has been debunked by multiple sources. The Marvel Studios spoiler subreddit mods sometimes post news they've heard and that has been confirmed by various sources. However, they do say that today's post was not verified at all, hence the reason why it was debunked. Anyways, they drop a list of all the quote-unquote reveals we'll get from Marvel Studios at not only SDCC, but also D23, and start by saying Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds will be in attendance to announce the next Deadpool movie, which isn't titled Deadpool 3, meaning that Deadpool 3 will be called something different, like Deadpool Kills the Fox Universe, and director Sean Levy will send in a video. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Ryan Coogler, Danai Gurira, Tena Huerta, and Dominique Thorne will be present and bring their first trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Secret Invasion. No one will be in attendance for Secret Invasion, but they will reveal the main cast and share some footage. Blade. Mahershala Ali, Kit Harington, Aaron Pierre, Milan Ray, and Bassam Tariq will be in attendance for some news. And one big piece of news is that Anthony Starr will play Dracula. The Marvels. Brie Larson, Iman Vellani, and Teyonah Parris will be there when they show their footage. Zawe Ashton will not be present due to her pregnancy. Anson Mount will reprise his role as Black Bolt. Jodie Turner-Smith will join as Medusa in the post-credits of the movie, setting up the Universal Inhumans as a big cosmic story going forwards. World War Hulk. This project was originally going to be a movie, but it's now being turned into a 4-part series for Disney Plus that may have a small theatrical release. This could possibly be the big Avengers event before Secret Wars, with many big characters coming together. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. A majority of the cast will be in attendance, and they will show some footage. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. We will see some footage with actors Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, and Catherine Newton present. Jonathan Majors will send in a video as Kang. Wonder Man. The show will be announced with Henry Golding as Simon Williams. An interesting detail is that Evan Peters is returning as Ralph Boner, but may have a new name as well, and he'll likely be a side character in the show. Daredevil Man Without Fear. The show will be announced with Charlie Cox starring, along with Isaac Gonzalez as Elektra, and the big reveal at the end of the event will be like the announcement for Blade in 2019. It'll just be some future titles and their associated stars. Feige will announce a mutant-centered film with Giancarlo Esposito as Charles Xavier and Glenn Powell as Scott Summers. D23. Marvel is saving the announcement of Captain America 4, The Fantastic Four, The Thunderbolts, and Shang-Chi 2 for D23. Armor Wars. Nate Moore will executive produce alongside Outman Don Cheadle. Jon Favreau, Sam Rockwell, and Walton Goggins will reprise their MCU roles. Fantastic Four. Jamie Dornan will play Reed Richards, Amanda Seyfried will play Sue Storm, Joe Keery will play Johnny Storm. Steven Spielberg is in final negotiations to direct and serve as a producer. The story is already mapped out, and Steven will bring someone on to write the script. Should he come on board, he'll be the one to cast Ben Grimm. Agatha House of Harkness, Jack Schaefer, and Mary Livanos will executive produce. It'll star Catherine Hahn, Hannah Waddingham, Catherine O'Hara, Amy Poehler, and Hunter Schafer, who will portray Jennifer Kale. Spider-Man 4 is happening, but we won't hear anything about it at SDCC or D23. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if some of this was true, but unfortunately, all of it won't be. As Jacob Fisher, the editor-in-chief at Discussing Film, said, I can easily debunk this list by saying one thing. Anthony Starr will begin filming The Boys Season 4 at the exact time Blade begins filming. Now again, I wouldn't say that this debunks the whole list, but if this is wrong, other castings or announcements are undoubtedly wrong as well. Stephen Weintraub, the editor-in-chief at Collider, also chimed in, saying, I love reading all these people that say they know what Marvel Studios is doing at Comic-Con. They're all lying. Marvel keeps the con info on super secret lockdown, especially this far out. As we get closer to next Saturday, something could leak, but not a week out. Now take this last one with a grain of salt given everything you've heard, but I was actually incredibly surprised by the source and think it may be real. Tabu Nawasha, one of the founding members of the Black Eyed Peas, actually worked with Marvel Studios a couple years back and created the new version of Werewolf by Night, Jake Gomez. And on July 7th, he tweeted, I'm super proud of Werewolf by Night being premiered at Comic-Con 2022. And I mean, this would make sense as the Halloween special is slated to release in October of this year. And letting the casual fanbase know about it now, especially since it hasn't even been officially announced yet, is a very good idea. And then at D23, they can show a trailer. And lastly, I have some bad news if you were excited for Steven Spielberg directing the Fantastic Four, because according to Mike Sampson, a writer for Vulture and Screen Rush, I'm not in the scoop game anymore, but I have heard that Marvel did reach out to Spielberg's team to gauge interest in directing Fantastic Four, but that's as far as the discussions went, presumably because Steven Spielberg has no interest. And Adam Vary, a senior writer for Variety, corroborated this by saying, I've heard the wildly implausible rumor that Steven Spielberg is directing the Marvel Studios reboot of Fantastic Four is absolutely not true. So we're unfortunately no closer to knowing who's directing the film. But let me know what you guys think about all this. What do you think of the Miss Marvel finale, and are you worried about the Inhumans being categorized as mutants, or are you hoping they're introduced in the Marvels? Which projects do you think Marvel will announce at SDCC and D23, and would you have liked to see Steven Spielberg direct the Fantastic Four, or should another director take it on? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you will never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.